Good morning, everybody. It's Dave back with you today in downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. I am at the start and finish line of the Knoxville Three Rivers Regatta race. This year they're having two different races. I think it's a 4.2 mile and then a 12 mile longer race. The 12 miler will start here at the starting line. We'll go up the Tennessee River, then up the French Broad River, circle an island, then come back and do another river whose name escapes me right now. But I will edit that in right here or flash it up on your screen. Then we come back down to the Tennessee and we'll race right back here to the starting line. So there's a lot of amazing boats here, a lot of Olympic K1 style racing boats, sprint boats. So I expect competition today to be absolutely fierce. My only goal for the day is to enjoy the paddle and capture a video that hopefully will help these folks out in the future get more people to come here. But I'm looking forward to this. This is brand new water to me. I've never paddled the Tennessee or the French Broad before, or the other mysterious river that has a name that I just don't remember offhand. So I'll check in with you later, and hopefully I'll have some race video. I'll have both a camera on the front of my boat today and a body cam. So hopefully between all of that, I'll get something that's usable. But you see everybody filtering in here. There's going to be a safety briefing in about 10 minutes. Which will be 10 after 8 in the morning, and then we put boats on the river, and then the early race starts at 9 o'clock, and then the shorter race starts 10 minutes after that. So I'll check in with you soon.
Notes, this is probably going to be the shortest safety meeting you guys are ever going to see, because I hate long safety meetings. I will try and talk louder, Nancy Packer. Yes. Okay, looking weather real quickly. We have some thunder rumbles in the distance, but it sounds in the distance. It's not predicted to be anything. Our forecast for the race is partly cloudy.
Okay, so we just had the pre-race meeting, and it sounds pretty straightforward. What was the name of that? Holston River. That's the name of the third river I couldn't remember earlier. I got paddling friend Shelly down here with me today. Hey, Shelly, how you doing?
Hello, good morning.
She is doing the short race. And do you have any strategy for today, or are you just going to go out and pound it out?
Pound it out, that's it.
It's a pretty short race for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having fun.
So yeah, we're both just out here having fun. Shelly is going to be paddling the Westside Boat Shop Delta today. I am in the Westside Boat Shop Wave Exceed. With all these boats over here, there's an old Struer K1. And if you pay attention to my videos, you'll know I'm restoring a K2 version of that exact same boat. That's a classic 1960s Olympic sprint boat. There are other sprint boats here. I have no delusions of even placing very well in this race. I just want to go out and do it. Paddle new water. Shelly, good luck to you. Let's go hydrate and then upload and download some fluids. Talk to you soon. And here we are getting ready to launch. A nice gentleman introduced himself to us. Again, great people. Everybody was very friendly, and it was great to meet everybody. Thank you for making me feel so welcome. Here I am launching my boat, and you'll notice sort of a world-class boat ramp here. Multiple boats can launch at the same time, which is really, really nice. And I get a little bit adjusted here, adjust my back band, and I've got some thigh straps, and I'm getting that all set up and getting ready to push off here in just a couple seconds. There's the thumbs up. I'm ready to roll. And you'll see me push off to let other people get in the water. And then I do some more adjustments of the thigh braces here just to make sure they're right where I want them to be. And then I stop and adjust the paddle. I have different paddles in different boats. So I always have to make sort of adjustments based on the conditions of the river or the day, wind conditions, and which boat I happen to be paddling that day. All right, and then you'll see me brace here because I'm about to turn on the GPS function of my watch. I'm not using it to time myself. I'm really using it just to get the GPS tracks to share with you later in this video. So in future years, people who are researching this route will see exactly what the race is from a bird's eye view. Here I am paddling upriver a bit, just stretching, warming up a bit. Now I'm turning and heading back down river, back to the pack of everybody launching. Again, just warming up. And now we're getting ready, we're kind of staging to get ready to nose up to the start line and then get started. You see downtown Knoxville there in the background, and here is the start of the race. You'll notice I'm wearing a body cam here, but I think I forgot to press start or press the wrong button because I didn't actually get body cam video from the race, but that's probably a good thing because that made it significantly easier to edit this video together and get it out as quickly as possible. Here you see some of the early competition. Now the fast guys were just really fast. They blew everybody out of the water here. Now they were way up ahead within a matter of just like a minute or two. So I knew the superstars were going to win this race, and that I was going to be far, far behind. Here we are still paddling up the Tennessee River, and then at the end of it, there are two routes you can take. Here are two guys in surf skis catching up to me, and they will pass me here. This is something called Dickinson Island on your camera right, my left. And at the end of this little channel, there are two ways to go. There's a wider, deeper channel on the left that can accommodate multiple paddlers, and then a narrow passage on the right that was shallow and narrow and had some debris in it. So we all took the wider, deeper path, which added, I think they said, about 150 yards. But we kind of stuck together through there. I tried to get on their tails and draft them a bit, but they actually jumped out too far ahead of me, and I figured it's okay. The race is still early. Here comes Theo. He took the shortcut, and he caught up to me. Now we're heading up the French Broad. We're chatting. He asked about the boat. He mentioned he had buddies who paddle West Side boats. And then as we're talking, he actually said, "Hey, is that Dave the kayaker?" And I kind of chuckle here because it's always fun meeting people on the river because they recognize either my voice or my, something about it. They just recognize me from my videos. So it was great to meet you, Theo. Fun paddling with you. Great guy. So we paddled together, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes chatting back and forth, which if you've watched my videos in the past, you know I enjoy doing this. And actually, in a very similar way, a few years ago at Chattajack, that's how I met Jim Brunton, paddling and meeting him on the river and just chatting. He recognized me, so it was kind of funny that the Knoxville group came full circle with meeting at least a couple of them on the water during races. Here we come back down the French Broad, hit the Tennessee. Now we're paddling up the Holston River, and you see me jerk the boat because I've got grass built up on the bow, and I'm trying to get it to go under the boat. And I noticed a lot of people when they came across the finish line had all sorts of grass under understern rudders. I had an overstern kick-up rudder, so that was not an issue for me, but I got the grass on the bow of my boat. Here we are paddling up. I think this is Boyd Island on the Holston, and these were the two guys that passed me earlier, and I caught up to them, and I kind of just decided, you know what, these two are in my division. I'm just gonna pass them. I'm gonna do a short sprint here to try to pass them, get them behind me, and see if I can't create some distance. I didn't know whether it would stick or not, but I just kind of wanted to send a message at this point, like, I got you, and I don't plan on giving up easily. Now we're turning the top of the island, Boyd Island, and I bump into two people in a tandem surf ski, and I think their names are Thomas and Haley. I kind of drafted them a little while. Not drafted, but I was behind them and kind of watched them paddle. Here we're chatting a little bit back and forth as we turn to go back downstream on the Holston. Good-looking paddling there, Thomas and Haley. And they would end up finishing right behind me by just a few seconds at the end of the race. Now, my total time in this race was 2 hours and 5 minutes. And to put that in perspective, the winner had a time of 1 hour and 36. So like I said, that lead pack were true superhumans. Here we are coming toward the finish line on back down the Tennessee River. Yeah, and at some point somebody was in a surf ski and I asked how close were the people behind me, and she just said, I don't see anybody behind you, maybe a tandem surf ski. There I am, crossing the finish line.
Ready to go! Yay!
4,389 strokes. My GPS had it at 12.3 miles. Now that included that warm-up. And my watch reported I burned 2,091 kilocalories. So basically a day's worth of eating. And there I am, done paddling for the day. Coming back into the boat dock, chatting with Jim, who was waiting there for me. Paddling friend Shelly was there, so I just kind of hung out in my boat and rested a little bit before I got out. As any paddler knows, you tend to maybe get a little bit of wobbly leg when you get out of a boat after a strenuous race. But I had a good run. I was happy with my performance. Here are the GPS tracks. That's where I got the grass. That's where I passed the surf skis. That's where I saw the tandem. Boom, finish line. Great race, great organizers. Come out in future years.
Hey!
Hey, this is Shelly. She did pretty well today in the rec category, the 4-mile race. What was your experience? What are your thoughts about this race and this paddling community?
Well, I absolutely love the Knoxville paddling community. It's tops in my book. The race was beautiful. It was just a beautiful stretch on the Tennessee River, just the section that I did today. Next year I'll come back, though, and do the longer race for sure.
All right, awesome. And you're taking home some bling, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well done. Well done. All right, so that's it. The Knoxville Three Rivers race. They just ended the awards ceremony here. I'm happy with my performance today. You don't lose races to boats, you lose races to paddlers. And there were some superhuman paddlers here today, like right out of the gate. They were so far upriver, and I lost sight of them very quickly. So there's a whole pack of superhuman paddlers, and I feel good that, like, in the main pack of what I call civilian paddlers, I feel like I held my own. I did pretty good. So I'm happy with that. This is an amazing paddling community here in Knoxville, so if you live anywhere around here, get in touch with these folks. They have regular Wednesday night paddles. An amazing paddling community. I'm glad I stumbled into this. This is Foothills Physical Therapy Group. This is Ryan. Ryan, you guys were doing some free care here at the end, and I've talked about my jacked up arms and wrists and whatnot on my blog. What did you do to me today?
Yeah, so I got to meet my new buddy Dave here. So we're working here at the Three River Regatta. And he was talking about his elbow. And so we see this a lot with a lot of outdoor athletes, to where they have some sort of epicondylitis of that lateral elbow. Now that can be an acute injury, or it can be a chronic injury that's lasted a long time. And one of the biggest issues, because everything that we do throughout our day is concentrically loading the muscles of the elbow. Concentric meaning we're shortening those muscles. We're not eccentrically loading and lengthening those muscles under tension, so there creates an imbalance. And so what happens is everything in that elbow shortens down, and instead of those fibers doing this back and forth, they're here, and they don't move well, and then it creates a lot of inflammation and irritation. So with Dave here today, I did a little bit of hypervolt work just to bring in some blood flow and to excrete some of that metabolic waste that's been pooling and sitting in his lateral elbow for so long. Then we did some active release techniques, and I talked to him about how Western dry needling would be really, really good for his elbow, because of the fact that he can stretch and strengthen until he's blue in the face, but if we don't get in there and disrupt those tissue fibers, it makes it really, really hard to realign those fibers. But lateral epicondylitis is not something you should have to live with forever. It can be fixed, it can be treated. So find someone in your area that's really, really good at what they do, and then get you back to doing what you like to do, pain-free.
All right, so if somebody is in your area, which is Knoxville, how do they find you?
They find us, they can go to our website, foothillsphysicaltherapy.com. They can go to call us on our phone number, which is business card right here.
I'll take a picture. I'll drop a photo of that.
573-6458.
I'll take a photo of that and insert it
Yeah, or they can
right
find
here.
us on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most jacked, how jacked was my elbow?
Dave's sitting at a good 7.7 right now. That's for sure.
I'm really glad I don't have high score. All right, thank you so much. Whatever you did felt terrible, but I'm sure it's going to feel great later. So thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank y'all.
All right, so I'm driving home from the Knoxville Three River Regatta, and I don't know what it is about kayak races in Tennessee, but I-81 always becomes a parking lot on the way home. We are completely stopped here. There's a wreck or something up above this hill somewhere a few miles ahead of us. My first impressions of this race are it's just a wonderful paddling community there. Great people, well-run, well-organized race. I highly encourage you to come check it out. The waters, it's a combination of paddling upstream and downstream for the 12-miler. And I've never paddled any of these rivers before, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But I think, if you kind of stay in the main current, downstream, you're definitely fine, but upstream, you got to kind of pick and choose which bank you want to follow, and know that if you cut some corners, you're going to end up picking up grass on your rudder or on the bow of your boat. So there was a lot of debris out there, a lot of grass. I saw so many boats at the finish line with understern rudders coming across with a very nice collection of grass underneath, and I'm sure it drove those people absolutely crazy, so you should know about that. Other than that, it's a great race. The upriver portions were challenging at times with the current and having to hug a shoreline, but once you round that last island on the Holston River and paddle back down into Knoxville, it's nice running. You hit the Tennessee River, it's wide open. Just stay to the middle until the very end where you get river right to get to the finish line. So there you have it, the Knoxville Three Rivers Race 2024. If I ever get home, I will edit this video together and maybe narrate it and edit it down to something that's actually watchable. All right, it was pointed out to me that I missed a few things here, and I'm just going to splice this in. There were times where the wind was windy. There was time where the water was very watery. Most of the paddlers that were better than me were in front of me, and I'm driving home, I'm not paddling home, so there you go. Love this sport, take what it has to give you, and pay it forward.
When you want an extraordinary racing kayak made in the finest American tradition, or maybe just own a piece of American kayaking history, you want a West Side Boat Shop kayak, now available from davethekayaker.com. West Side Boat Shop kayaks. The tradition continues.